It is officially summer here in the Sea of Cortez. It's 8:30. The sun just finally went down. Means it cools off a little bit, but not too much. Still pretty warm day and night.
So the reality is that it's like, what do we say? It's like mid-30s air temperature right now. And the water's about 30 degrees, so it's not much cooler. Basically, whoever cooks in the night, whoever's been over the stove, quick jump in, and then we'll eat dinner. This is what you do when you're sailing and the wind completely dies.
Completely. I think there's like 1 to 2 knots.
And it's pretty warm, so we're gonna jump in. That is some warm water right now.
Oh, it's warm. It's like a hot little kiddie pool that's been sitting in the sun.
Hillary has decided to abandon ship.
Abandon ship. This is Isla Salsipuedes. Beautiful, narrow little slot, anchored bow and stern, gorgeous clear water, sandy bottom. The currents up here, now that we're getting further north into the Sea of Cortez, are getting kind of crazy. We had read about it in our cruising guides that there's some really strong currents along with the big tides up here. But the currents have really been interesting. Last night the plan was kind of like to drift through the night, and we had the spinnaker up. The spinnaker was filled and we were going backwards 1 knot. This morning we were drifting backwards at 3 knots, so we turned the motor on. And now the tide has changed and it's with us, and we're doing about 7 knots with the motor. There's sections that are like completely glassy and flat, and then there's like a definite line, and it turns into these really like choppy standing waves. There's some little whirlpools. Our boat just got pulled like 10 degrees to port there. It's really crazy currents and tides here.
Beautiful island, very mountainous.
Yeah.
Quite a large island, right?
Yeah, it's the second largest island after Isla Tiburon, which is just over that way a ways.
On this area, this is where you notice some really drastic tidal ranges. So factoring that into what tides we're coming in on when we're anchoring is a big deal on what our scope's going to be and what our depth is. Where tide's still going out right now, and all the way up here, this is the high tide right about here. So we're just on a new moon, so we've just had some of the bigger tides. We're probably around only 10 to 12 feet in this area. It was much bigger a little bit further north, 15 to 20 plus feet. Still something to watch for, because we'll definitely drop 10 feet from where we've anchored at a high tide, so pay attention to that. These are the really good sailing days. The wind's behind us. It's calm as. Spinnaker's up. We're making good time. We're like 5 knots right now. Nice day though.
Really nice day.
Very light breeze.
Warm.
But
yeah.
great tack to try and fly our spinnaker on. It's dead behind us right now actually, and
Yeah.
bit of wing and wing, and we're just kind of cruising along, making good time.
Isla Estanque, which in Spanish means tank or pond, because there's this awesome little, like, looks like man-made, but somehow is naturally formed, protected lagoon in there.
Flat, calm in there. It is really well protected.
Yeah.
Challenging to get into, scary to get into, I guess. We had to come within less than 100 feet of the reef that was setting with an ebb tide.
And pretty shallow entrance. The shallowest we saw was 9 feet.
9 feet over
Rock.
reef.
Over rock, not over sand.
Beautiful,
but
I don't know, and really beautiful anchorage.
really cool in here. Yeah, awesome.
That's all for this time, guys. Thanks a lot for watching.
Yeah, thanks to all of you guys who follow along, and remember to share it with your friends if you enjoy.
Until next time.
Adios.
Cheers.